What's up, everyone?
Hello.
Stream Elements bot, you better behave. You better behave.
Be quiet. Nobody asked you, okay? Nightbot 2.0. God, Roto's gonna get
right.
triggered.
That's how I feel sometimes. Like Stream Elements, like banning this and banning that. I'm like, I told you, mother effer, stop it.
Mother effer.
Ah.
I need a cane. America, send me a cane. Send me one of your angry canes. I needed it. I just needed a little chill. Like I was cleaning and stuff, so it wasn't fully a break, but I did actually sit down and I fell asleep, but I finished The Witcher. But I fell asleep and then I had to restart it. The last episode.
So you're actually up to date on The Witcher? Because I stopped watching after season 2.
Yes, I am up to date on The Witcher. So yeah. I'm very upset about it because I don't like. I know Mando has watched My Hero Be Up All Night. Ha ha, Herschel. I haven't read the books. I might eventually get there. I haven't really played the games, but I've seen gameplay. Speaking of, it was on sale for the summer Steam sale, so I spent I think $15, and I have all 3 Witcher games right now.
That's awesome
on Steam. So wait for that stream at some point because I know there's like 30 games to play. But yes, I'm up to date on The Witcher, and it's really sad. Yeah, like Roto just said, sad because this season they really cut Henry like in half with like his lines. They're focusing on the elves, and it is, if it was interesting, that'd be cool, but it is not. It's so boring. And I don't want to post any tell any spoilers, but there was one interesting part of that storyline that has now been taken out. So anything interesting about the elf storyline is just gone now. So rip The Witcher. Basically, it's gonna be there's gonna be another season, and if it gets to season 5, I'll be shocked. It might just be like, well, no, we're gonna do it because like they don't want to like be proven wrong, but it's not gonna get to 6 seasons. It's not. It's not. It's not gonna get to 6 seasons. 5 would surprise me. 6 ain't happening.
Yup.
I've said my piece.
And that's how it is.
Oh, well, since you're gonna talk about Little Rascals, maybe we should take it away. I pointed the wrong way.
We got a dollar. We got a dollar. We got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey. We got a dollar. We got a dollar. We got a dollar. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, real quick. So, like, do you want to? We can get into whatever first. But anyways, I thought you would find this interesting. I wasn't gonna get into the argument. It was on my last Wicked's World with Beardo because we were talking about something else. But what's up, Azure? I want to hear your take, and this is as Siri as a whole, because you are somebody who has read the books for The Witcher, played the games, so you know all the.
I have not read the book. I want to read.
I thought you read the books.
No, I have not.
Okay, well, never mind. You read then you played the games, and you know of the books a little bit, probably, at least. Like,
yes, I know the lore. Right?
The lore. There you go. Would you say, and then I'll say my piece after. But I didn't want to talk about this on my stream with Beardo, so I brought it up in the chat. And I'm like, I'm gonna put that in my back pocket for Unplugged. Do you think that Siri is a Mary Sue?
Ooh.
I know what I'm gonna say. I have
the
argument laid out.
She was written before Mary Sues were kind of a thing. So if we are going based on the modern definition of a Mary Sue, she does not really qualify because she was before Mary Sues were kind of a thing, and she is just technically she's a strong independent woman who was raised by she was raised by a strong man
and mage.
Yeah, and a mage. Like, so of course she's going to be slightly more powerful than the average like Witcher or witch because she's been trained by both. But she also like understands she is still weaker than Geralt. Yeah. And weaker than Yennefer in some regards. Like, she doesn't think that she's better than everybody else. Like, the mindset is different, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I don't think she is a Mary Sue at all, because a Mary Sue is someone, when they're written, the first person that comes to mind is somebody like Rey. No faults, can do no wrong, right? What is her fault? That Palpatine is her grandpa, her dad, or whatever the hell he is. Oh no, boo-hoo. Ciri has faults. So I'm someone who's like it's written as a Mary Sue is somebody who not just because they're strong, you could be strong like crap. Buffy was strong as hell, and I love Buffy, but she had her faults. People died. She screwed up. Mary Sue's don't screw up. Siri screws up. That's the whole thing. Mary Sue is someone who can do no wrong, all powerful, never. You know what I mean? Like I said, Ray is textbook Mary Sue. So I don't think that Siri's a Mary Sue just because she's a strong woman. Like I think that's a little. I don't agree with that at all.
So we've got mostly those that agree, and then we have got one dissension.
I can understand like thinking that she is just because she's a strong woman, but again, she was written before this whole let's check this box, and also she recognizes that she needs help. Charlie, yeah, for sure, she's stressed out. She's got freaking anxiety. She screws up a lot, and she had to go through intense training. It wasn't like she just woke up like I'm a witcher. I got magical powers. No, she had to be trained.
Being too bedonic.
Everybody's entitled to their opinions.
This is true, and I can see that viewpoint. I can see where a lot of people would. I think there is a line though between someone a female who is just a strong female,
yeah,
and a Mary Sue. Sometimes the lines can get blurred. Like sometimes they can get real close. But I think the distinct difference between a Mary Sue and just a strong, independent woman, like a true classic strong, independent woman, is the woman realizes she is not perfect. She will make mistakes, and she's willing to own up to those mistakes and work past them.
Yeah, because I just like I don't go straight to if this movie has a certain like there's a gay person in this movie, well the whole movie's woke now. Like no. I don't feel that way. Like, okay, if you take a traditional character from like the old history of something and then you remake it and you make it someone who is straight gay, that's being woke. I just feel like I don't straight away think just because someone's like a strong woman that she's a Mary Sue. Ray, hell yeah. Boring character, can do no wrong, has no faults. That's a Mary Sue.
And America's there. So a lot of
yeah, I was gonna ask about guys. Like, what about a guy in that category then?
A lot of kids do not survive the mutation process when they are injected with the different chemicals and spells and things. A lot of the initiates don't survive that phase. I don't think Siri was subjected to the specific mutations, but also like even in Witcher lore, no female, zero female, as far as what I like. I haven't done a super deep dive, but I've done a deeper dive than most people. Zero women survive the mutation process. So technically Siri, like, and she doesn't really need to do the mutation process because she has magical powers. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those, like, she's kind of the mix of both, but she's not quite either. Yeah. If that makes sense. Even if she is a Mary Sue, she's not a total Mary Sue like Ray. Yeah. I would.
It's funny because my first thought was like what Mando said, where like before these boxes had to be checked and everyone's like, oh, let's make women all powerful. Like when were the books written? Like how long ago?
A while ago.
Like, yeah.
Where's my copy?
Hold on. I'll look.
Hold on. Find
it. The first one was published in 2007. So I think it's safe to say that was before all this was going on. But that's not my thing. Like, because if you want to go into real definitions, a Mary Sue is someone who doesn't do anything wrong, and they're always like, oh, I did everything perfectly. And that's not accurate.
What's up, Jared? I would also like, some people like to put Buffy in the category of a proto Mary Sue.
I know, and that's like, stupid. I will shut that down quick because I've seen. I mean, Buffy's my favorite show, and like that might make me a bit biased, but because it's my favorite show, I've watched it over and over again, and she messes up so much. I use her as an example of a good female character that's a strong female character, but still messes up and shows that she's human. Because a Mary Sue is someone who you can't relate to in any way. Like, obviously, these like magical things. Of course, we can't relate to someone that's got magical powers, or even like Buffy, who's got super strength and stuff. But it's like, no, she messes up. People die because of her weakness. She messes up. Like there's a point where she couldn't kill Angel after he went evil because she was like still in love with him. And then the next day he murders somebody very close to her, like in case someone didn't see it. And it was bad. And it was a turning point. It rocked the entire cast. So yeah, no, I do understand and the thing is because there's a lot of Mary Sues in shows and movies and stuff now, and it's really annoying. So it's like when someone isn't one, I'm gonna say they're not. And that's Buffy, definitely not. Like I could see because Siri's very powerful why people might put her in that box, but she's also just not. And see, Roto, is Xena considered a Mary Sue? Maybe to some people, Roto, but not to me.
Yeah,
What's
Xena is
up,
considered a
Jared?
proto. What's up, D-Day Wirewolf? 20 minutes
Exactly.
behind.
She should be powerful. She's not perfect. You're right. And that's kind of the same thing with Siri. Siri didn't really choose what happened with her either. And she messes up even like in the show, which you would think in the show they would totally make her like, I can never mess up. But she even messes up in the show, which is kind of surprising given that the time that we are in.
Oh, they were actually published in 86. They were probably translated.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I don't think that Mary Sue's were a thing in 1986.
I mean, we could have some proto Mary Sues, but yeah,
all right. So let's go into the article now.
Let's do the article.
But yeah, I just thought about that, and I wanted to get your opinion because like I don't care, like agree to disagree. I don't really care, but I just feel that in a time where like there is a lot of that, when it's not really that, we should enjoy or at least not just call it that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Looks like The Witcher losing Henry Cavill ahead of season 4 had a noteworthy effect on season 3's audience.
It did. And the fact that they decided to cut his lines in half also had an effect, but okay. Yeah.
Sad.
And I read something, not sure how true this is, but I've read that they're going to move back to being closer to the source material next season. And it's like, was that a slap? If that happens, is that just a slap in the face to Henry? Or are you realizing that you're losing your audience? Or both?
All right. The first batch of episodes from The Witcher season 3 finally dropped on Netflix after a year and a half of waiting from fans of the series. The continuation of Geralt's monster hunting escapades also marks the final season for Henry Cavill, as his journey as the character ends after season 3 and the role is passed to Liam Hemsworth, which I think Liam is a great actor. I don't think he's a great Geralt, though.
He's not going to be, after you had like Geralt, like he's Geralt, like how Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, and seeing somebody else hop into the Deadpool role would be like, what? No. That's exactly what's happening here. It's
preserving canon is not going to save The Witcher. Agreed.
Oh, no, it's not. But I don't know if that's true. Like, I read the article and I'm like, are they doing it because they're trying to save the show? Or are they trying to like make it a slap in the face to Henry because he wanted them to stay,
that's probably part of the reason.
It's part of the reason.
I
know the biggest reason was because he thought Superman was going to be taken off, but they could have went harder to get him back. Probably. I'm feeling like, but I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm saying maybe he didn't want to go back, because they would be very stupid to not even try to get him to come back, which they could also be. We don't know. We'll probably never really know. But I don't know. I think they should have tried harder to get Henry to come back. And either they didn't, or he just was not interested because they went so far off of the canon.
Yeah, Jared, I agree. That'll work out as well as recasting Wolverine or Deadpool. But I know that they're going to have to recast Wolverine. I hate it, but I understand Hugh Jackman's not going to do Wolverine.
We get him one more time, though, in a silly way, though. You know it's going to be silly.
It's going to be amazing. Amazing.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead and finish your read, and I cut you off.
No, you're good. Let me... where actually was... Okay. Now that it's been a week since the first 5 episodes came out, viewership numbers are here, and it looks like some audiences are tapping out now that Cavill is set to make an exit. I wonder why. All right, so season 3 debuted at number 1 of Netflix's TV English charts with a reported 73 million hours viewed. Per the streaming services Tudum stance. Say
sorry.
Per additional numbers from Samba? Is it Samba?
Simba?
It's gotta be Samba. It's
not Samba. I'm not looking. I'm sorry. I'm not even looking.
Oh, okay. Via deadline measuring U.S. households.
I'm sorry, Mando. The coffee's hitting.
Across the 5 episodes, fewer people are watching the show than last season, and attention dwindles as the season goes on. Check them out, but I don't want to check them out. So
It's
read
different
that
on
now.
stream.
Probably. Now 1.1 million US households means a lot of people tuning into word that is blacked out. Hold on, let me turn off the
The
dark mode so I
Witcher
can see.
turning into the Witcher. She
Witcher.
said, well, I look, I'm like, what is she talking about? A word that is blacked out. Like, are they swearing on Yahoo Entertainment now?
No.
Bleep.
No. All right. So why is that even blacked out? That's weird. But compared to the sources numbers from last season, it's not as impressive. I'm just going to say Simba because Simba reported at a 15% decrease of the premiere.
Samba, like the dance. Samba.
Ah, Samba. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't actually look at the word. I could have helped.
Thanks. You just left me hanging. With season 2 debut episode earning 1.3 million for the same window of time. Additionally, when it came to season 2, all 8 of the episodes were drawing over 1 million US households each during its first week on Netflix. In the table above, the numbers indicate a significant drop per episode as audiences get into the season. Of course, the data set is only counting audiences who live in the United States. It's very much possible global audiences are completely hooked on the series better than ever before. Just read that. Since the season came out, critics have shared some disappointment, and fans were not pleased to see the series promo throwing Liam Hemsworth under the bus with a viral
that's
statement.
Messed up what they did. Do you know what they did, chat? I had it on I put it on Wicked's World, but they had a big like thing on I don't know where it was, probably like New York City or something, but it was on a building and it was like, yes, he's in this season, talking about Henry Cavill. It's like, damn, just throw the new boy under the bus. Like, what did he do besides just sign on for a role that he's gonna get so much crap for?
Right. And like, I don't have any problem with him. I really do think he's a great actor. And I think that Netflix is just screwing him over. Pretty sure people in Poland are not happy. Of course, it's a Polish tale. I almost said the wrong word.
But anyways, let's do a palate cleanse.
So you want me to share the thing that you just sent me?
Look, did you look at it yet?
Not yet. I'm about to.
Here comes Mando's reaction.
Come on, Twitter, open up. Show me the thing. Show me the thing. Hold on. Everyone has to suffer with me. I'm not going to suffer in solitude.
Everyone's like,
is this what you sent this to me, right? Whoops.
Yeah. Burger King. You remember when they did that black burger? I forgot what they were promoting with the black bun.
Yep.
I don't remember what that was promoting, but ew. You take a bite of this, it's gonna look like you made out with a Smurf. I don't know what they were promoting. Like, this was years ago, but I remember they had the black bun for like, I think it was a Whopper, actually.
Processed food probably.
It was just a Halloween offer. Because remember, everyone had green poop. Remember, everyone was like, my poop's green after I ate it. Do you remember that? I forgot about that. I seen an article. So Burger King launched a special edition Halloween Whopper sandwich in 2015. I knew it was a while ago, which was served on spooky black buns flavored with A1 steak sauce and was baked into the bun, giving it a black hue and black pepper flavor. The burger was inspired by a similar burger in Japan that used squid ink and bamboo charcoal. However, the Halloween Whopper has an unexpected side effect. Eating it can turn your poop green, according to Burger King. I never tried it, but yeah, I knew it was a while ago, 2015, so like almost 10 years ago.
I'm sure bugs are less toxic than what
so
the other crap
gonna
they
make
add.
It like pink or something? Like, what's gonna happen with this one? Are you gonna eat this blue one and have like a rainbow poop? I'm sorry. I'm very sorry that I've said poop so much on the stream. I'll stop.
No, you're good. You're good. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's to be expected.
They did do a red Okay, let me look. Red bun. I want to see it. I don't remember that one. Oh yeah, that was in 2020. That was in May of 2023. For the Spider-Verse? Oh, Spider-Verse. I didn't see. Oh, I don't see commercials anymore. That's why.
Neither do I. I'm like, commercials? What are
Hold on.
those?
Here you go. I'm going to send it. You don't have to read the article. Just show the picture. Since we're talking about it. And this was 2 months ago.
Stop clicking random things, Mando.
That doesn't look as bad, but it makes you feel like I'm eating a watermelon burger. But that looks better than the black one and the blue one.
Let me just show. I don't want ads. Go away. It's not going to let me just click on the picture. So we shall just get the whole. Get that.
I know, right here. I just make my own burgers. I get them out sometimes, but and that just it still looks weird. But I would eat that before I would eat the black bun one or the
Blue.
Okay. Anyways,
About spending money to make food taste better. That's a novel concept. What? What about making things better? All right. Do we want to talk about The Flash? Did you actually go and see the Flash movie? I have not.
No, but we can talk about it. I'm not interested. Like maybe when it's on like HBO Max, I might watch it, but or whatever the hell it's called now, Max. It'll be something different in a month.
The Flash drops off box office chart completely in week 4. Ooh. The Flash, the latest superhero blockbuster from DC Studios, completely falls off the domestic box office top 10 after just 4 weeks in the theaters. Yeah, it's being beat out by Spider-Man. The movie that came out a couple months ago, it's being beat out by that.
It should, because they're dumb.
Look at his dopey face. His face is just so dopey.
Keep going. I got to refill. Be right back. But keep going.
The Flash has completely disappeared from the box office chart extraordinarily quickly. The movie, which is the latest blockbuster from DC Studios, follows a tutelar speedster Barry Allen, Ezra Miller, as he ends up in an alternate world after going back in time to prevent his mother's murder. The movie's lukewarm opening weekend of $55 million was followed by the worst second week drop in the history of the franchise. Previous entries in which were known collectively as the DC Extended Universe.
Titular.
Like Titular.
That's okay, Mando. I'm back.
I don't
Contrary to popular
English.
belief, I can actually read. It's just I'm tired.
You know what? Hold on. Marcus is probably out of the chat. I'm gonna get the thesaurus.
Do you want me to continue reading? Where are you? Where did she stop, chat?
I stopped.
You get your book, and I'll continue reading.
This article.
Deadline. Deadline. Okay. Deadline recently shared the updated domestic box office top 10 chart for this weekend. Although it featured many holdover blockbusters, including Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Flash was conspicuously absent. The movie's lackluster domestic grosses fell below the recent DreamWorks animation flop. What's Ruby Gilman? Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken. I don't know that one, which placed 10th this week with 2.8 million. Can James Gunn's DCU turn things around for the franchise? Scroll, Mando. She's waiting for me to finish reading, and there's nothing for me to read. Okay, sorry, I got the hiccups on that laugh. There are quite a few movies. That's a problem. If I laugh too hard, I get the hiccups. I don't have them now, but if I like belly laugh like really hard, I get the hiccups for like 20 minutes. 9th at number 8. Across the Spider-Verse, June 12th at number 5. And even The Little Mermaid, May 26th at number 9. Damn! I seen The Little Mermaid, and that was not good. So that's... All right. Across the Spider-Verse, I already did that. Sorry. Given the fact that The Flash needs to make roughly $450 million to earn a profit and currently has a worldwide total around $250 million, the latest development does not spell good news for DC Studios. The Flash is the third notable flop in a row for the company. The previous outing, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, did even worse by becoming the franchise's lowest earning movie with a worldwide total of 133.7 million. That movie was preceded by the Dwayne Johnson led Black Adam. Oh, sorry, preceded by the Dwayne Johnson led Black Adam, which made 393.3 million, but couldn't quite overcome its enormous price tag. The Flash box office, that confused me because there's two thes, but the Flash box office also doesn't bode well for the next DCEU connected series. Blue Beetle and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So far, it seems that only hope for turning the franchise's financial prospects around is the incoming rebranded DC Universe, superheaded by new DC co-CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran. Gunn's buzzy Spider-Man legacy movie, due in 2025, will likely be the entry that charts a path forward for the franchise if it can capitalize on its potential to strike big at the box office.
Titular. That's what it says. Titular.
Yeah. Sounds like she's talking about food. Is that like a taco? I'm getting a titular taco.
I'm responding to the comments about I pronounced it right. Oh, that was it.
Yeah, so
it got beat out by Little Mermaid, y'all. It got beat by Little Mermaid.
But yeah, that's pretty
that's rough. That's rough, buddy.
So my thing is I wish that they would change stories. Like, I love superhero stuff if it's done right. But I wish that they would stop with Superman, Batman. I'm not going to say they should stop with Spider-Man because I like all the Spider-Man movies. So, like, as long as you keep making it good, keep going. But that's different. That Sony has a hand in that stuff, which is why they aren't as terrible. But it's... So, I feel like James Gunn, it's not going to be that hard for him to make it better because of how bad it's been, right? The bar is set very low.
The bar is set to the ground. If he
it's
just
on the ground,
he
like he just has to kick it. He just has to flick it, and there you go. But I don't know. James Gunn is weird, but he has given us some decent stuff. Even the Suicide Squad that he did was, you know, arguably better than the first one. At least my big thing with it is at least Harley was a bit more Harley in it, especially the way she looked. It wasn't that Birds of Prey garbage. But we'll see. I do wish they would go and do like give us like a Green Arrow. I know saying Black Canary makes me biased because I love Black Canary, but give us like a Green Arrow Black Canary. Like take a lower, like they're not lower, but like maybe a lesser known superhero and make a movie out of them and give their backstory some, like, shine some light on it, make it interesting, because there are some very good backstories with the lesser known characters in DC and Marvel, but they just keep going for the big ones, and it's like, let them sleep. Let Batman take a break. Batman movies have been being made since '89, and they like haven't stopped. Every few years, seems there's another Batman movie coming out.
I mean, they haven't done a proper Teen Titans movie. I would love a Teen Titans movie like that.
Proper, yeah.
That would be great. Like, you'd have Beast Boy. Like, Beast Boy is hardly known in the DC universe. I think that would be his backstory is fabulous. Well,
yeah,
because he was with the Doom Patrol. You could even do like some priest.
Dick Grayson. Okay, give me some more Nightwing. Okay, that is my favorite Bat family. Exactly, Mando.
He's
exactly.
My favorite Robin.
He's my favorite Bat family member. I freaking love Nightwing. So give me some Nightwing love, but some real. Okay, listen, Grant. I think his name was Grant. Whatever. The actor who played him in the god awful HBO show that they tried, he looked the part. Like, that boy looked the part. What's up, Miss Martin Muses?
Hello, Miss Martin Muses. And yeah, Raven, Raven's backstory, freaking fire.
It's fire.
If only they could do the background of these characters properly, they'd be making so much money. They need to make.
They tried in the beginning, I feel like we were partially spoiled, right? Because especially like me and you, some people that might be older didn't exactly grow up with it, but we were pretty young when they started like the first Avengers. Like, I think I was still a teenager when the first Avengers came out. So it's like we were pretty young when they started this, and we watched Marvel build up. Yes. I don't know. I didn't mind that one. Listen, I'll get into that in 1 second. I have something to say about Teen Titans Go. But yeah, so I was still young me and you both still young when they started the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they did a good job with the event, and they built up to like every movie was good, some better than the others, but it was never where it was like that was terrible. It was a flop. Like, no, some people might not have liked this or that. They might not have liked one of the Captain Americas or one of the Iron Mans, but it was never just like where it was so bad that they lost an insane amount of money and it made people not want to see the movies. Right. So we got spoiled in that sense. And then now we get this stuff and it's just like they're just throwing it out. Like I read an article. I actually have a video of if anybody wants to catch it. Like I talked with Beardo. If you know Beardo, you know he's a big DC fanboy, right? So this was a good article to talk to him about like the whole James Gunn stuff and getting his point of view. And he talked about how in the article James Gunn said like they're just like, okay, so let's just make the movie without actually putting heart into it. And I agree with that. That doesn't mean that he's going to put something good out, but I'm not hopeful, but I'm like staying in the middle. So like if it's crap, I'm not going to be surprised. If it's good, I'll be pleasantly surprised. That's how I'm looking at it. But I do wish that they would take the focus off the main characters like Batman and Superman and just focus on someone else. Give us something else. We were supposed to get a Batgirl movie, but then all that stuff happened with Joss Whedon. Granted, I don't think Joss Whedon's a good person, but he has made some good stuff in the past. He and it's fun. I shouldn't laugh about it because of everything that happened with him, but he at least used to know how to write a good female character. He did Buffy, he did Firefly, he did Dollhouse, First Avengers, like he yeah. But
yeah, I have to agree, Jared. Like we overspent to get the X-Men, the Fantastic Four. We should spend the next 10 years making shows about characters people hate. Yeah, I think that's kind of what they thought about. Make billion. Yeah, they would make billions if they just gave us what we wanted.
Yeah.
There weren't any Batman films. Yes, but we had like a Batman TV series. There, like Batman is still something that's always pushed out there.
That's what I'm saying. Not films, but it was still going. Like, but I liked the series, so I'm not complaining. I loved, obviously the animated series. I even like the ones like in between Batman. So Batman the animated series and then Batman Beyond were probably my favorite. Anything Batman. Oh yes, I loved Firefly and Serenity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole thing of what Joss did. Just Google it. D-Day. He just there was a lot of.
I don't think that was Ryan Reynolds' fault about the Green Lantern movie kind of stinking.
No, because Ryan Reynolds is a good actor. It was you know what? I never even actually watched that in its entirety. So, I mean, same thing. Like, Ben Affleck isn't the best actor in the world, but he's a decent actor. He didn't do good with Daredevil, but Elektra was good. Jennifer Gardner did a great job with Elektra, who is coming back. She's probably gonna kill it. But yeah. So D-Day, just Google it. Joss was. It just came out how much of a jerk he was, and it's like not funny, but it's crazy because me being a big Buffy and Angel fan, I hated what he did to Cordelia's character, who actually I just met her. Speaking of, I met Charisma Carpenter, right?
That's cool.
But because her and Spike probably had the best character development out of the entire Buffyverse, right? Because they were, Spike was a bad guy, and then he developed into a hero, and it just was a very deep development. If you watch the show, then you know what I mean. And same thing with Cordelia. She went from this rich, prissy high school girl to just someone who was saving the world, basically. Like, she didn't have power. Well, she did. She had like she had visions where she could see when something was going to happen, but she didn't have like super strength or anything. But I'm digressing. Sorry. She had great character development, and then just like out of nowhere, an Angel, her character, it just got really bad, and then we find out that it's because she got pregnant, and Joss was upset with her for keeping the baby, so he punished her by making her character crap on Angel. And I believe it because I watched the show, and I'm like, what does he do? Like back years ago, I'm like, what did he do to Cordelia? What the hell is happening right now? And then it comes out just a couple of years ago how bad he was.
All right. Do we want to talk about Barbie next?
Let's go. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Let's go party.
I'm ready. I'm probably going to go see it with Nikki.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Because, like I said, I think it's just
Diablo.
gonna be. If I'm wrong, okay, but I think it's just gonna be some silly, campy, stupid movie that's gonna make me laugh. It's gonna make fun of itself and not take itself too seriously. I hope.
I hope so. All right, so screenwriter Diablo Cody says her Amy Schumer-led version of Barbie fell apart because she didn't agree with how Sony wanted a girl boss feminist twist on the IP.
Who didn't agree with that? Amy Schumer? I don't believe that for 1 second. They got rid of her because they were like, we need Barbie, not freaking Gorlock. Listen, Amy Schumer's not funny, and she's not like Barbie's got a Margot Robbie is Barbie. Like when you look at the promotion that they're doing for this film, like wow. Like she's in all pink. The red carpet was a pink carpet. Like they are really going in with the I'm glad A2 liked my joke. She got it. I can't. Amy Schumer's not funny. She's not cute. Like they got rid of her because they knew that nobody would go see it. Okay. I don't believe for 1 second that Amy Schumer didn't. Yeah, Barbie, not Blarby. I don't believe that for 1 second. Yeah, I've heard too, Tara. I think it might still be funny. I don't care if I mean they've always slipped some kind of social stuff like in movies, right? But if it's when they go too heavily, which happens a lot now. So if there's a little something in there, whatever, like it's a girly movie, there's gonna be something in there that's gonna be slipped in. But as long as it doesn't just revolve around it, we'll see. I'm gonna go see it, and if I'm wrong, and I don't think it's just some you guys will get you're probably gonna get it right out of the theater review. If I'm going with Nikki, like we'll sit down and be like, all right, let's do this. And I'll have her be in the video with me if she wants. And we will, if it's bad, we will rip it apart. But if it's good, we'll let you know.
All right. According to the project screenwriter Diablo Cody Mattles, initial Amy Schumer-led attempt at developing a film around their iconic Barbie doll was doomed from the start. Because while then production studio Sony wanted a girl boss feminist twist on the IP, she felt this take flew in the face of everything the iconic blonde represented. A grand old time. First announced in 2014, Mattel and Sony's original attempt at bringing the popular toy line to the silver screen was set to be written by Men in Trees actor or creator Jenny Bix and feature input from former DreamWorks producers and currently married couple Walter F. Parks and Laurie McDonald. I'm going to say McDonald. Everyone's telling me how to pronounce things again. Dang it! However, just 11 months later, the construction of this particular dream house underwent its first major production shakeup, with both Cody and Sony Spider-Man producer Amy Pascal being tapped to provide their specific talents to the project. As production began on the film, December 2016 saw What is that with
Where are
these
you?
words I've never seen before?
Where are you?
Comedian?
Comedian. Like it's supposed to be like female. It's a comedian.
Okay.
Martel.
No.
She went very Alabamian there. Martel. I'll tell you what, Martel.
Oh my god. The more I'm reading, I feel like the more my southern accent is just coming out and I can't stop it. I've never seen this word before. I didn't know. Like I've only ever seen comedian. Comedian? Okay. Amy Schumer entered talks.
We're in Mando world right now. It's not Wiccan's world today. It's Mando's world. Welcome. I tell you what.
Oh my god. Schumer entered talks to not just star as Barbie's the word
protagonist. Wait,
no.
Titular protagonist. Titular. Yeah. Sorry, titular. Yeah,
that word.
Titular. Sound it out. No, I'm kidding. Titular.
Titular.
Titular. I know it sounds like I'm saying titular, but titular. It's because this is how I talk, but it's titular.
I want to say titular.
Titular.
But I
titular. Yeah.
Titular. Okay, thank you. See?
I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm saying titular, but that's just how I sound.
Titular. If you see me.
What are you talking about, Dina?
What?
Calm down.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Titular protagonists, but also have full reign for both her and her sister, Kim Caramelli. Caramelli? Is that how?
Kim Carmel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just go ahead.
It better not be Carmel. To rewrite the thin working draft of the film. Ultimately, and let's be honest, thankfully, these plans never came to fruition, and Schumer ultimately dropped out of the project in 2017.
Thank God.
And everyone breathed a collective sigh of relief. God, I can't. At the time, Schumer blamed her departure on scheduling conflicts, but last month she eventually revealed that she actually left over creative differences, namely the fact that the version of the script she produced didn't feel feminist and cool enough for her liking.
Oh, well, that makes sense, but she didn't leave. She was replaced because they were like, we need Barbie. Not like
I don't
Margot's
need
Barbie.
your hate.
Margot's Barbie. Listen, if they would have had Amy Schumer, nobody would be like, I want to go see it. Like maybe they signed her on when they thought that Amy was going to be a big deal, and then they found out quickly that she was, in fact, not at all, and they're like, oh shoot. So yeah.
Mara, I will do my best to figure out the freaking English language. It doesn't help though, being from the South. I can never
She talks
pronounce.
like that. She sounds like Dr. Evil. I'll figure out the frickin' English language one frickin' day, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Oh my God. All right. From there, the film would languish in development hell, with the only significant move being made during this period being the casting of the Dark Knight Rises star Anne Hathaway in the lead role, which was, I think, a much better.
What, Anne Hathaway to be Barbie?
Yeah.
Better than Margot. Well, better than Amy. Yeah, maybe not Margot though. I don't know.
That was my thing. She's better. That was until 2018 when, thanks to Sony's failure to do anything with the IP, the rights to Mattel's famous doll were transferred to Warner Brothers. Sony, why you gotta do that, man? It was at this time that Cody would depart the project, surprisingly without ever having produced a single draft for her take on the film. I failed so hard at that project, the Juno screenwriter told Screen Crush. Around the time of her departure, I was literally incapable of turning in a Barbie draft. God knows I tried. Anne Hathaway wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I think that she would have been fine.
She would have been fine. She's absolutely a better choice than Amy Schumer. But I feel like Margot was a very good choice, especially when you see like the marketing and just when you see like her walking around in her like Barbie clothes, it's just like, wow, okay, that's Barbie. Another good choice, maybe, because I think back to like Mean Girls times and the hot chick, Rachel McAdams would have been a good Barbie too. Like just think of Regina George, like. She basically was like a walking Barbie. Maybe not the attitude, because Barbie's probably a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's another actress that I think would have looked the part anyways. And I like Margot Robbie. I think she can act too. So I think it's going to be funny. I hope so.
I think so too. Understandably, considering its potential to turn a profit, its new owners were quick to move on their new toy. I imagine that was meant both figuratively and literally. Though they briefly considered Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins to helm their Barbie film. Holy cow, that would have been terrible. Warner Brothers instead chose to give the job to Lady Bird director Greta Gerwig. Gerwig?
Greta Gerwig. Yes. Did you say Greta Gerwig? You forgot the A. It's okay, Mando. Greta Gerwig.
Today, we're not going to get through most of these articles because of my horrendous reading.
It's okay. We got
with Suicide Squad.
Round. I'm kidding.
With Suicide Squad star Margot
Robbie.
There's a T. Where can you read it? Where? I'm broke wicked, y'all.
Margot Robbie. Okay, listen. Well, I'll tap in. With Suicide Squad star Margot Robbie casting following soon after, the film finally had what it needed to start full production. Its end results being the upcoming pink-clad competition to Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Reflecting on her time working on Sony's take on the blonde bombshell during a recent interview with GQ, Cody revealed that she felt partly to blame for the film's failure to materialize. I think I know why I the bed. The Jennifer Bodies scribe told the magazine. When I was first hired for this, I don't think the culture had embraced the feminine or the bimbo as valid feminist archetypes yet. If you look up valid feminist archetypes yet. If you look up the Barbie on TikTok, you'll find this wonderful subculture that celebrates the feminine. But in 2014, taking the skinny blonde white doll and making her into a heroine was a tall order. Well, maybe you should have tried a little bit harder. There was a lot of pressure to write the dramatic equivalent of math is hard. Cody continued with a laugh. I grew up playing with Barbies, and those were sort of the first movies that I ever cast. She then recalled. A lot of people learn to tell stories by playing with dolls. Exactly. It's like a sandbox thing. Like she could have literally made anything. She's like, I guess maybe having that much freedom and nothing to go off of is what she's saying, but that means that she's not a very good writer. Sorry, but not sorry. That idea of an anti-Barbie made a lot of sense given the feminist rhetoric of 10 years ago. The United States of Terra creator explained, I didn't really have the freedom then to write something that was faithful to the iconography. They wanted a girl boss feminist twist on Barbie, and I couldn't figure it out because that's not what Barbie is. Barbie can be whatever you want. That's the whole point.
Right. Well, I think I understand her struggle, like not being able to create something if the studio is putting that kind of pressure on you to make it something that's not Barbie.
So if it's like Barbie, they should have just gave her complete creative control.
Right.
That's what you're gonna have to do because again, it's like playing a sandbox game with Barbie. You can that freaking picture of Ryan Gosling is kind of love it. That though not particularly a problem with the studio's desired pop feminist direction, Cody also detailed how one particular challenge she faced in her attempt to adapt Barbie was the fact that the Lego movie had already tackled the meta commentary storyline in spectacular fashion. I heard endless references to the Lego movie in development, and it created a problem for me because they had done it so well, Cody noted. Anytime I came up with something meta, it was too much like what they had done. It was a roadblock for me. But now enough time had passed that they can just cast Lego movie antagonist Will Ferrell as the antagonist in a real life Barbie movie, and nobody cares. Her time with GQ winding down, Cody took a moment to opine. I don't know that word. Opine on the. I said open. God, I'm catching it. On the recent trend of artistic directors signing the helm IP-based studio films, asserting, I understand why those artists have moved into that lane. I get it. The most successful movie that I've ever written was Juno. I never got into that, actually. I've seen part of Juno, but it wasn't my thing. And that wouldn't get a theatrical release today. I wish every day that I could write the Paw Patrol movie because credibility is not going to put my kids through college, she laminated. I have said...
Lamented.
She lamented, sorry. I have made several swings at IP with Barbie and the CW's failed. Oh, God. She was the one that did the Powerpuff Girls for CW. Thank God she didn't do Barbie. Wow.
Holy crap. Yeah.
That was terrible. Oh, God. When they released some of the script, I was like, how dare you? Seriously, though, like, come on, it's a kid's show. The like sex scenes and stuff. Like, what the frig?
Like, they're Powerpuff Girls.
I'm so glad that. Hey, at least it was really close. Okay, I'm just trying to breeze through this. Listen, we can't read over here. I mean, we can, but we can't. I am so glad that she didn't. I didn't know that was her that was supposed to do the Powerpuff Girls.
Bro, I didn't either.
And I take full responsibility for the failure of those attempts because I do have a specific voice and point of view, and I have figured out how to modulate it. Ultimately, you're selling toys, Cody concluded. I mean, nobody really wants to delve deeper into the lore of mythos of Hungry Hungry Hippos. That's not really an artistic exercise.
And that's it.
That's it. God, Gerwig's probably going to be better, but like, I was so actually happy when they canceled Powerpuff Girls because I grew up watching that. It was a kids show, and then they were gonna turn it into some like sexual thing. Like I remember reading about like some of the script stuff got leaked, and there was like some intense was it like a gay sexual scene too? It's like what? I think they made
it was gonna probably be Buttercup because I can see people making Buttercup.
I think
gay.
they made her gay. Yeah. It was So she was okay. Thank God she didn't touch Barbie. Okay, so Good for her for failing and getting the job anyway. Hollywood, eh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I hate on Hungry Hungry Hippos. What'd they ever do to you? Everything. Do we want to talk about Yellowstone next? Have you watched any of Yellowstone?
No, I have not, but go ahead, pop it
I
up.
think you would really enjoy it.
I'll add it to the list of 30 other things that I gotta watch.
I know. So, Kevin Costner's Yellowstone contract officially ends, confirms court documents. I will earn substantially less in 2023. Is he already? Yeah, I forgot his exit was already announced. So, with his exit already announced for the show with season 5, new court documents confirm Kevin Costner's Yellowstone contract is officially. I mean, that makes me sad though. Like I like him. I like his
I like Kevin Costner, yeah. I've
Yeah.
never seen this show though.
You should. I think that you should. It's a little bit intense. No, intense. That's about it. All right. While production has yet to begin on the show's now final episodes, court documents confirm that Kevin Costner's Yellowstone contract has officially ended. Costner has led the cast of the Paramount Network neo-Western drama across all 5 seasons as John Dutton, owner of the Eponymus. I keep wanting to say Eponymus, and it's not Eponymus.
Where are you?
Eponymus?
I don't even know what that word means.
I've never seen that word before today. Mara, help us. Montana Ranch and patriarch to a family full of power-hungry figures. As season 5 underwent a variety of production delays and behind-the-scenes conflicts, Costner shockingly exited Yellowstone to direct a 4-movie Western epic, resulting
It's eponymous. It's of relating to or constituting an eponym. So, or eponym, whatever. Eponymous is what it says. Eponymous.
Eponymus.
There's an I. It looks like it's an I. I don't know. It is ep. Why does it have an I for the pronunciation?
Eponymus? Thanks, Mara. I'm still going to probably pronounce it wrong. Eponymus. Okay. That works.
That works. All right, continue.
I always hate when definitions use the word within the definition. I'm like, that doesn't.
I know. It's like, thanks. I thank you very much for that.
I think I need to be on just for. Oh my god. Oh, he is? Oh, yeah.
Aw. Well, that's never fun.
Who knew this would turn into English class? Yeah, I knew it was coming to an end, but I didn't think it was that soon.
All right.
Eponymus. Okay. Production delays, behind-the-scenes conflicts. Costner shockingly exited Yellowstone to direct a 4-movie Western epic, resulting in the mainline show ending after its current season while other projects were put into development. Insider has brought an update for Kevin Costner's ongoing divorce from Christine. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Included in the update are court documents in which the actor confirms that his Yellowstone contract has officially ended ahead of his season 5 exit, indicating the only money he will receive from the show will be back in contractual participation, likely being the production on the show's remaining episodes. See Costner's statement below. I don't really care. Will Yellowstone survive Kevin Costner's exit? Probably not. New title for podcast: Pronouncing Words with Wicked and Mando. Oh goodness. Given Costner was the initial big draw for audiences when Yellowstone premiered in 2018, one of the biggest questions stemming from his exit is whether the franchise can survive without him. The mainline show's early success was what not only helped instill confidence in Paramount to expand the universe with the prequel spinoffs 1883 and 1923, but also to make the 2 streaming exclusive releases via Paramount Plus, rather than take the safe route of banking on those already subscribed to Paramount Network. That being said, with Yellowstone prequels clearly finding their own footing on the streaming platform, earning 1923 a season 2 renewal and creator Taylor Sheridan moving ahead with multiple other spinoffs. This gamble clearly paid off for the studio. Both shows even saw far greater critical acclaim right out of the gate in comparison to Yellowstone, which was met with mixed reviews from critics in season 1, though has since gone on to see better reception with subsequent seasons. The other potential factor to consider in Yellowstone's survival after Costner's season 5 exit is just how the show will handle this. It's long been theorized that the show would end with John Dutton meeting his maker, a sentiment seemingly echoed by both Costner and Sheridan alike, and with the latter already developing a sequel show starring Matthew McConaughey, should it bring any of the original cast back in a satisfying fashion, the neo-Western franchise could see a shelf life akin to the Law & Order or Game of Thrones franchise. I did it, y'all! I read it!
You did it. Yeah, I don't have much to say because I don't watch Yellowstone. I know Kevin Costner is a big name. He's a great actor. So if he's a main character, they're probably, I'm going to take a guess that they're only going to make one more season without him. Kind of similar to how I feel about The Witcher, only because, not because Liam Hemsworth is a bad actor, but because Henry Cavill just embodied Geralt. So it's like, it's kind of hard to
that was part of the draw.
Yeah, he was a big draw for it. Exactly. So.
And to be completely honest, as far as like in the show universe, he's the only one who really has a solid head on his shoulders. Like he's the only reason that the ranch hasn't been completely sold and put under. Like his children are all nutcases. Like they're fun to watch. It's crazy, but they're all nutcases.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Justified and I don't plan on seeing it soon. So I'm still gonna say that Yellowstone is better. For now. Do we want to do the Oppenheimer actor Robert Downey Jr. declares men start wars and the entire planet should be a matriarchy? Should we do that one? Or
yeah, we'll do Oppenheimer. We should have done that right after Barbie since they're like in competition.
Probably. Okay. So yes, apparently Iron Man thinks that the world should be run by women. I, as a woman, don't think so. I think women are too petty. Be like,
agreed.
Oh, you think you can go over there and shoot those bombs at us? Well, we're just gonna nuke you off the planet. Like, hold up, what?
Hold up,
We
wait
petty.
a minute. Something, right?
All right. Robert Downey Jr., who plays Louis Strauss in Christopher Nolan's upcoming Oppenheimer film, recently declared he believes the entire planet should be a matriarchy after filming the movie. In a recent interview about the upcoming film with the Associated Press, the outlet asked, I was curious if you took away any commentary or patriarchy on commentary on patriarchy and war. I was trying to switch the and and the on. Downey Jr. responded, men start wars and the entire planet should be a matriarchy, but I've never changed position on that. Oh, have you not? When asked if he already had if he already had that going into the film, he replied, well, this was just a triple confirmation. Earlier in the interview, Downey Jr. stated, context is so critical. The timing of the Manhattan Project, the need for it, the deployment of it, necessary or not, you can read plenty of data that would support either. But regardless, the why can be debated. But the here we are now, that's the cold, hard truth. So being able to, under Chris Nolan's direction, to kind of invite the audience to be involved in this mediation, it's kind of, we all know the films of the last 50 years that have kind of been important in that way, as well as entertaining and thrilling and just cool to watch. And I guess that's the transcendent. I know this word. Why can't I? Transcendent.
It's her accent too, guys. I'm gonna stick up for her at least on that part because I say things weird a little bit too sometimes, and I'm actually saying it right, but it sounds weird.
Transcendent.
Transcendent.
you.
She's got it. You got it. You got this.
Think about certain films and then got to be in one. Yeah. Downey added, it's arguable that we are less safe now than at the height of the Cold War.
What?
What?
I'm going to bed.
It's a lot to take in, but I think that great films are meant to humble us to point where we can have these sorts of dialogues to begin with. What?
Right. I'm calling the cops. No, I'm just kidding.
She's gonna go take a nap now. I
nap
think
and
it
I'm calling the
was
cops.
Chris Rock who said if women ran the world, we'd have a bunch of countries not liking, not talking to each other.
Yeah, it was.
It'd be the Cold War. It's like, yeah, we're not talking to England because they said something about.
She
the
said my ass
president."
looks fat in my dress, so like, I'm not talking to that country for a couple of years now, and we're gonna
Yeah.
go try and blow them up.
Downey does not usually make bizarre comments like, what are you talking about? He's a bizarre person. Like this and like many of his peers. However, at the premiere of his Doolittle film, he seemingly admitted to becoming a vegan. That's because Doolittle messed with
That's
his
what happens
brain.
when you don't eat meat.
Like, bro, Doolittle, like being on Doolittle, like messed with his brain. I have to think that. While praising his wife and producer of the film, Susan, he told Variety, she is the greatest creative producer in the history of cinema. Yes, dear, I said that. Do you want me to say it again? Yes, honey, I wear the pants in this household. And I make faces for cash and chicken, even though, no, I'm off chicken now. His wife responded, not chicken anymore. Variety reported Downey reportedly faces. I love this note. She's like, yes, my wife is the best. Isn't that right, wife? I'm going.
You're the best, right, honey? Right? Please let me sleep in bed tonight. I don't want to sleep on the couch.
Oh my god. All right. So back in 2019, he also launched a company called the Footprint Coalition, where he aims to clean up the planet with robotics and nanotechnology. During the announcement, he described himself as a one-man carbon footprint nightmare colossus. That's a mouthful. Apparently, part of the cleaning up of the planet is convincing people to eat bugs. Hey, we were talking about eating bugs earlier in the chat. The Footprint Coalition invested in French farming startup.
I forgot that he was one of those bug eaters. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Is it supposed to be insect or ysect? I'm going to say insect. I'm just going to assume that's what it's supposed to be. Back in 2020, the company aims to revolutionize the food chain, which literally starts from the basics, insects and soil. See, this, I know I have a hard time reading things, but when you forget letters and words, that doesn't help me, okay? Like, for real. The company's founder, Antoine Herbert, also noted, Yinsect isn't just about insect farming. With climate change and increasing populations worldwide, we need to produce more food with less available land and fewer resources so that we're not clearing forests and emptying our oceans. We believe Yinsect can play a pivotal role in this global solution. Herbert also said that Downey's investment would help the company convince people to eat bugs. Bruh, I saw...
Listen, I like Timon and Pumbaa, but I don't want to eat what they eat. Like, what the frick?
Well, also, like, I don't know what is up with TikTok and sending me people eating spiders. I hate spiders. I don't want to see people eating them, TikTok.
I don't even remember the last time I was on TikTok, so...
Well, I close my TikTok real fast. It could help us increase our visibility, especially among younger people. Blah, 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 blah. He is so famous for his movies, and at the same time has a lot of humanity. Yeah, using the money he has made from films to help clean up the planet. I ain't gonna eat no bugs. You ain't gonna make me eat no bugs. I'm not gonna eat no bugs.
He's sitting at home probably eating steak. Okay, let's be real.
Oh my god. All right. We can either talk about Ahsoka or the destruction of Indiana Jones. You want to pick?
Let's get the Indiana Jones thing over with.
Have you seen it?
No, I don't
Neither have I.
plan on it. If I do, it'll be I don't know. I mean, I don't have Disney Plus. That's probably the only streaming service it's going to go to. So I don't know.
I have
so I
access
know
to a password.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I actually do too if I want to see it, but I haven't. I've had access to the password for a year now, and I have never logged on because I don't care. But maybe just to check it out, like I did. Somebody sent me the Little Mermaid, Jack Sparrow style, and that's because I was about to talk about it on a stream, so I'm like I might as well. And I'll be honest, I skimmed through. I couldn't sit through the whole thing, but. So I know not everyone likes Jeremy Jahns, but I like Jeremy Jahns, the movie reviewer. I don't always agree with him, but I feel like one thing that I like about him is that he will at least try to find like something if he doesn't like a movie that was like decent about it. And he had a very hard time with this. Like he started his Indiana Jones review pouring a shot, and then he took the shot. And he's like, we all cope in different ways. Like that's how he started the review. So I was like, ooh. And he tried to pick one thing. He said the black girl that's like, no, sorry for any spoilers, because I watched spoiler stuff because I didn't care. That's like hunting him down, whatever. I don't think that's a big spoiler because it's Indiana Jones. Someone's always chasing him. So she's like hunting him down, and he said that character was like, he didn't mind that character, whatever, that she was decent. But then he went on to say how they could have done her better still. So it's like, you're saying this part was okay, but could have still been that's not good. But yeah, I don't mind Jeremy Jahns. He's fun with it. In my opinion.
All right, I think I can get through this one if Bounding into Comics doesn't get me again with their spelling stuff. All right, James Manigold derides fans as divisive for not liking his deconstruction of Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
How dare you not like my shitty movie? How dare you?
This lady here looks like she's so happy to be there. She's like, I'm smiling. You where's my $20? There you go. I need my $20.
I really need that sandwich.
Yeah, give me that sandwich from Jimmy John's, Jeremy John. Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny director James Manigold decided to deride fans for not liking his deconstruction of Indiana Jones. He looks so smug with himself, like, yes, I have destroyed Indiana Jones. I am with the famous people who have destroyed more things like Star Wars and Star Trek. I am now part of the people. Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter, Mangold was asked by Brian Davids, life is filled with peaks and valleys, and I appreciate when my fictional heroes such as Indy have their own ups and downs. So why does a segment of the audience seem to want these legacy characters to be infallible? I just can't figure out why anyone would want to watch such little drama. So you're saying that the previous Indy movies didn't have enough drama? What?
I mean, I don't know. Boulders about to be smushed. Spikes coming out of the ground. Snakes. Why is it always got to be snakes? I had to. We got to make this fun somehow.
Right? Angle replied, well, there's a point where these characters become symbols more than characters. And so there becomes this anxiety that if you examine the humanity of a hero, you somewhat weaken them. There's a difference. There's a difference between a hero having a weakness.
So you somewhat weaken them. So you should just fully make them incapable of doing anything and have a woman come in and just excel and save them and whatever. You make no sense, Manigold. Sorry, Mando. But really, he doesn't deserve to have his name pronounced right, so that's his name now.
Apparently, Harrison Ford has also forgotten what movie character he was.
Well, Harrison Ford is like 80, so he probably forgets a lot of things. Sorry, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
He continued, and honestly, I can't speak for how fans relate and wrestle with these questions in relation to other movies, but certainly in relation to mine, I think your question almost has my answer built into it. I mean, I think you're in a sense already addressing it. Good drama gives a hero a problem. If a movie is about a beautiful hero who is capable of anything and is virtually indestructible and is without any personal issues or concerns, then you just have a fashion video with action. I mean, I agree with that statement. Like, if you make them infallible, sure, it's boring. Like with the latest Star Wars Disney trilogy, like Rey was infallible. Like, but also there's a difference between like making someone invincible and making them the hero. The hero is still supposed to win at the end, and like they're supposed to get close to losing, or they do lose and then they come back and get better.
Exactly. That's what makes it more interesting, and that's coming back to what we were talking about with like Mary Sue's Mary Sue, you don't see that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, she's just powerful. She's good at everything. We don't see any come up. But you want to see them fail over and over again and then get it right, because that's more relatable, and that's for men and women. But it's been seriously lacking in women lately, women characters, and it's not fun. No one likes it. Guys don't like it. Women don't like it. We want characters with some depth.
Yep. Okay. I'm a fan of starting a character.
See, even Mara's spelling his name wrong now on purpose. See, he don't deserve to have it right. It's Manigold now, like Manny, manicure boy.
Look up the hero's journey, Manigold. I mean, I feel like that's the proper way to pronounce it. That's how I'm going to pronounce it from now on. I'm a fan of starting a character in one place to go to another. Manigold elaborated. Movies are a continuum. Right. By definition, in drama, a character starts in one place and ends up in another. That's how most movies are. What do you mean? That is the basic definition of a story.
Oh boy.
Manigold then accused critics of his deconstruction of being divisive when it was his and Lucasfilm's choice to deconstruct Indiana Jones in the first place. There's a difference between deconstruction and a character hero having flaws. You don't need to completely break them down into nothingness and then just keep them there. You're supposed to break them down and then build them back up. He said, so if people want to be divisive in the age of social media, they can focus on where a character starts as opposed to where they end, or they can focus on where they end as opposed to where they start. In reality, for Harrison, who's playing his character, he's tracing an arc and he's changing through the whole picture. So it all depends on where you're landing and where you're pointing your finger on in that timeline. How about we point the finger back to the other movies that he was in that were good?
Yeah, I mean, you could. But why would you do that when you could do it wrong?
Right. Right. Like, why would you do the thing that's going to make you money instead of ironically, Manigold previously admitted he was deconstructing Indiana Jones and that moviegoers would have to readjust and retool their brains for this guy. That's not how. No. As an audience member, no, I don't want to have to reconstruct a character that I already have an image of in my head because I have seen it. This is what we know the character as. If you don't like that character, make another one. Make a similar story and have a different guy that's very similar to Indiana Jones.
Exactly, Hassan. They should have just recasted what? I mean, he was younger. And it's been, when was the last one? Like when, before, it's been like 10 years, right?
At least.
Yeah, so you can age him up. It is not hard to find somebody that looks like Shia LaBeouf. Like, he just find a brunette man. Well, not brunette, brown hair. It feels weird saying brunette for a guy. Just find some guy with brown hair that looks like resembles him. Nobody would care because Shia LaBeouf's kind of crazy now. So I don't think everyone would totally understand why he got recast. They could have done it so much. Oh God, they could have just done so much. It's so sad seeing this. Like, I'm tired.
Leave our stuff alone. Why would we think logically about this? That's just crazy talk. And yeah, 1989. Oh, okay. I think Crystal Skulls came out after that. In a previous interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he explains how the film would transition from Indiana Jones in his prime to a much older Indiana Jones. It reminds the audience of the contrast between a hero in his physical prime and a hero at 70. We're not relying solely on the audience's memory of the previous films. It reminds everyone what he's done, what he's survived, and what he's accomplished. And then you're just going to bust him all down, which is dumb. It's dumb. By showing him in his most hearty and then finding him at 70 in New York, it produces for the audience a kind of wonderful whiplash of how they're going to have to readjust and retool their brains for this guy. His past is a live memory for the audience, hanging over a man who is now living in an anonymity, not
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, what is Crystal Skull? There's only 3 movies. Sorry. Not bad.
Yeah, I feel like I think it was on a G&G stream, and everyone knows that Jay from 3PO is a huge Indiana Jones fan, like even more than Star Wars. He put it great because somebody asked if he thought that because of this movie that the last one would be more appreciated, right? That people are going to start liking it more, like with Mutt and everything. And he said, I'm not going to phrase it exactly the way he said it because I was working while I was listening, but I liked the way that he put it, that he said he doesn't think that something really bad will make anything that wasn't good better. But you know what I mean? Like kind of how now I don't think the prequels were bad for Star Wars. I like the original movies best, but there were a lot of people that appreciated the prequels much more after all these Disney Star Wars came out. So that's an example, but but again, like if something is bad, I don't think they're bad. I never thought they were bad, but there's definitely more of an appreciation. Yeah, that would have been awesome, Hassan. I didn't even think about that. That would have been amazing. He would have crushed it and would have made the movie better. But could you think Kathleen Kennedy would let Chris Pratt be? No. Oh God, she seems like she's just like such a terrible person. Like I don't know. There's something about her face, man, and things that she says. Just like, like, were you not hugged enough as a child?
I wonder.
But no, that's the way to put it. You know, like I'm sure a lot of people, maybe people are going to think that way, that they're going to enjoy the last one more now because this one was so bad. But I think it's a good way to put it that like just because something is terrible doesn't mean that something that's bad is going to be better. Like you just don't enjoy the last. You know what I mean? Like everyone says there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies, and that's fair. Oh yeah, that was when I first saw that. I was like, wait, is this like that looked like a Saturday Night Live sketch. Fade in. I was like, I know that's so old now, but when I saw that for a split second, I thought that it was a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Right. Smile. I agree. The Rings of Crap made me appreciate The Hobbit a little bit more, even though The Hobbit is still bad.
But you didn't hate The Hobbit. You just didn't think it was as good as Lord of the Rings.
Well, it didn't. Right. There were a lot of criticisms to the Hobbit films. Like the Hobbit films didn't need to be 3; it just needed to be like 2 at most. And they added a lot of extra stuff in there, but it was more honoring the source material than Rings of Crap.
Yeah, in that sense, you could say that. Yeah, but I do agree. And with certain things, I totally understand why people like with the Star Wars example, like after seeing the Disney Star Wars, you have a better appreciation for the creative mind behind the entire universe, George Lucas, what he made with the prequel films, and some people understood more what he was doing with the prequel films. Because some of it was silly, like the sand line. Nobody's ever gonna take that seriously. Like I like sand, like it's never gonna live that line down. Like little things like that. But like as a whole, the prequels weren't bad. There's some people who prefer them. Not me. Emperor Strikes Back is always gonna be my favorite Star Wars movie. But I love the originals the most. But in this case, it's just I don't know.
Do we want to keep on reading this or
no? I think we're good. I think we're checked out. I think we made our points. There we go. Perfect.
That is how we shall end. That's it. So yeah, we don't have to talk about Ahsoka because everyone understands that Ahsoka is gonna be not great.
Real quick, should we just we don't have to show anything on it, but should we talk about Sailor Moon Superman? You seen that, right? Please tell me you saw that.
I feel like I did.
I saw it on Twitter. And immediately before I seen any comments, and I am obviously not surprised at all that the comments said this, but it was Superman's transformation looked like from the Sailor Moon 90s thing.
Yes.
I saw it and immediately I was like, fighting evil by moonlight. I'm laughing at it, but it's ridiculous.
I commented on. Do you want to send that to me? Hold on, I'm gonna find that.
See if you could find it because I don't even think I liked or commented on it. Just make sure you mute it. I don't know if there's. I think immediately under it, I saw Lethal like it's Sailor Moon, or he shared it, and I was like, yeah. A couple people.
I think that's where I commented.
That's what
people need to stop tagging me in things that I don't. Why are there so many people tagging me in Barbie?
Really? I didn't get tagged in anything.
Well, this was like yesterday.
Oh.
You're like, you should look at the Barbie thing. I'm like, but I don't want to look at Barbie. Let's see. If anyone that is that has quick access to that, please DM it to me.
Let me see.
Wow, I tweet like a 16-year-old girl.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I found it.
Oh, I found it too. Right.
Oh, you got it? Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I got it.
Shit. It's fine.
Oh shoot! Loud in my ears. Yeesh. Okay, let me turn that sucker down. Should I just mute it?
You might as well. It's not like because we're all gonna be singing Sailor Moon in our heads anyways.
But still never tag. I used to hate my sister's Barbies.
I'm getting ready. I'll sing it for
all
you
right.
guys.
Here we go. Bro.
She is the one named Sailor Moon. I know that's not what plays during the thing, but that's just.
I love the look that his mom has. Just like, what the heck is this?
He's like,
what the heck is this?
Like, what the hell, man?
Like, I didn't know I could do that. Bro. It was a Master of the TDS. That's who I commented on. I see. Great guy. I actually am probably gonna. There's a lot of things he talked about with C.S. Lewis. Not C.S. Lewis, with Chronicles of Narnia and Netflix.
You should get him on Literary Souls.
I should try. I actually talked to Writing Raven, and she said she'd be up for it whenever I start going to Edgar Allan Poe stuff, because I am gonna eventually do Edgar Allan Poe. And she said that she would be up for it. So one of these days, I'm gonna have Writing Raven on.
He was the one named Superman. He is the one Superman. There you go.
Superman.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's cray. Also, Netflix is already like on thin ice with me. I'm about ready to go to the studio and burn it down because I don't know if any of you were on my channel yesterday. They're gonna try and do the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay, and it's Greta Thunberg. What's her name, right? Greta Thunberg that's doing Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very like. I think Barbie's gonna be silly and campy, and it's made for like little millennial girls. And it just I think it's gonna be exactly that. It's gonna make fun of itself and stuff, but I'm not sure. I want, because like the Chronicles of Narnia is supposed to be kind of like not kind of, it's like a Christian, undertones, right? Would that be the correct?
It's not even undertones. Like there are some blatant, like blatant parallels. Right. Like there's even a spot in the Voyage of the Dawn Treader where Aslan's like, because Lucy, they're about to leave, and Lucy's like, I'm not gonna get to come back, and he's like, you need to know me by another name where you're from. Insinuating he's talking about he's Jesus. Like he kind of says he's Jesus without saying he's Jesus. Like there's it's very blatant allegory.
Did I say Thornburg? I meant Greta Gerwig. My bad. Greta Thornburg is the how dare you, girl. I'm talking about direct. I'm talking about Greta Gerwig, the lady that's doing Barbie.
I just knew it was Greta. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
How dare you?
I just saw America say that, and I'm like, did I say Thornburg? I meant Gerwig, and I just don't know. How it's going to be handled, and I don't. I mean, if they
like from the article that I read yesterday, they said that they have access to all 7 books and that they're going to try and stay true to the source material. I call BS.
I call it BS, but if they do, I'd rather be like, be shocked, but I don't think they're going to. And the movies were already done, and they were fine. I liked the first Chronicle of Narnia.
It's okay.
It was okay. I can't say I didn't read the book. Because I did actually. I remember in 4th grade reading it, and my teacher, we were her first class, so she went all in with everything. She even got the that's where I ate the Turkish delight. Like, oh, you see Turkish delight as a kid, and you're like, ooh, gummies, and you take a bite, you're like,
come on, Barbie, let's go. How dare you?
Shut up, Americas.
True to source. The movies weren't true to source. Yeah. I'm writing an angry letter to my 6th grade teacher. Turkish delights are not as good. We actually talked about Turkish delights.
Yeah, I know
you were. I was
in there. Yeah, I was like, hey, I had it before. It was disgusting. How dare you?
How dare you? Hello, Hassan. How you doing?
What's up,
How you
Hassan?
doing? Yeah, Narnia without Christian themes won't work.
Exactly.
Emma reported he couldn't find his dad.
If they actually do that, I will be shocked. But they're not going to, because they're trying to remove that and everything. You can't have it in school. Like, they make fun of it. I don't even. Ugh.
Narnia, more Hollywood unoriginality. Let's take a book series and do it because creating new characters is too hard.
Yeah, I didn't mind the movie, the first one.
I mean, the first one was okay. Out of the 3 that they made, the first one was probably the best of the 3, but the other 2 were just complete and utter garbage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's literally no Narnia without Christian themes. They tried with the movies, which is why they're not great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unplugged, where we talk about worm poop.